Hi everyone, it's Jerry Enchantress. I'm here with another pick a card and another addition to the Divine Love journey. This one is going to be about what they like about you. What does your counterpart like about you or love about you? What do they find attractive, and what makes them interested in you? What are some of your beautiful, amazing qualities? This one is part 5, I believe, or 6. Let me double check on that one. Yes, this is part 6 in your Divine Love journey. I think we'll wrap it up with, the final one will be what will be ahead for the two of you. What will you learn from each other? How will your path be like? But a few things along the way, I just wanted to reassure you that your counterpart loves you, and there's a reason why they want to be with you and you want to be with them, and there's so much about you that they adore. So let's get into that. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, pile 6. Pile 1 is little turtle. Pile 2 is this cherry quartz elephant. Pile 3 is this bottle of blue topaz. Pile 4 is the sage. This came with my bonsai tree. Look, and he's holding cards. No, it's a fan, but it looks kind of like cards. Pile 5 is this polar bear that opens up and hides things. And pile 6 is this pyramid that came in, I think it was the February or March Goddess Provisions. The all-seeing eye pyramid. I think it's amethyst also. Alright, so let's push out our breath. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Release your breath. Now open your eyes and go to the pile that Spirit is calling you to choose. Let's begin. Okay, and here we have pile number 1 with the little turtle. He's so cute. That was on my bonsai tree too. And here's our cards, and I'm gonna let this be the officer, okay? So if that doesn't resonate, maybe it's not the officer, it could be somebody else, but just saying, these are the qualities your counterpart loves about you. So first of all, we have the Empress. The Empress is first really beautiful, just very sweet, kind, wise, very loving and natural. Maybe charming as well, It has the Venus energy. So Venus can be dimpled and charming. Your features might be very well balanced and pleasing to the eye. Not just because you're traditionally beautiful, but I think you're aesthetically beautiful. Like, you have a very balanced look and a beautiful look about you. And it's not just your outer beauty. Your inner beauty shines through in your beautiful face. You could be this goes for a lot of girls out there, so take what resonates. But I see some redheads out there. Alright, and then we have Justice. So it's another Libra symbol. Justice is about being fair, balanced, wise, also kind, not doing anything that they wouldn't do themselves, kind of thing. It's like they don't judge you, for who you are. They're even tempered, and it could be a Libra out there, or at least another Venus quality about you, just kind of very feminine. Then I think we're gonna the Kings and Knights just came out, and I was like, they want a voice too. So either what you love about them, or what they love about you if you're masculine watching. This is the Knight of Swords, is that she sees you as a truthful and honest person. And then also he sees you as somebody who's nurturing, or your counterpart sees you as nurturing. This is Colette, who is empathetic, gentle, and insightful. And so, like the Empress, very good with animals, pets. That's the same thing, right? Children, the outdoors, gardening, nature, Then we have the Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. This person is, like I said, very Venus, very heart-centered, very loving, giving. She has an open heart chakra. She allows this love come in, and she also gives this kind of love. You also have Astrid, love, fire, sensuality, and fertility. So not only loving in a universal way, but in a passionate way, as lovers love. She has a lot of fire in her, and so that's what he loves about you, or this is the counterpart loves about you. Okay, so it's the he or she loves about you. And so this fire, this energy, this nurturing quality, but also just very passionate and giving and loving and gentle. And so that's the main crust of how they feel about you. Let's see if we can get a little message for you too. I'm going to talk about Astral since she's fun to to talk about. So when we love, we gaze directly into the soul of another human being for a while. This in love sensation reminds us of who we can truly be when we connect with our own self-love. We feel complete, adored, and we open wide to the experience. Energy surges through us. We crave the touch of the beloved. We are for a time quite mad. When this comes to you, the love fire has been lit within you, and you're being asked to allow your own self-love to ignite in return. You're feeling sensual, ready to make love, to explore the boundaries of physical sensation, and you wish reality would simply leave you be for a time so you can fully explore this craving and desire. About you is the sensation of fulfillment, of satisfaction, and for a time you will live between the worlds while this powerful experience shakes you to the core. And all the while, this fairy being gazes into your heart, willing you to remember that not only do you love, you are worth loving. Astral's cool green gaze observes the fire within you and will remind you again and again that to love yourself and to love another with all of your heart is a kind of baptism, a blessing, a ritual, and a trial by fire. Passion is your whole world. Let the fire embrace you, purify you, and keep you walking through the flames of love. Isn't that beautiful? So let's go ahead and take a look at your charms and see what they say. All right. We have hug, sure, two. It takes two. Oh, you have kiss again. Kiss and hug. You have name. We have name and love and star and good love and a forever kind of love. This person is very loving, obviously. You're made with love. Aw, you're made with love and for love. Motorhead. So your counterpart might be this kind of, officer Motorhead type. Very rugged. And so here's I feel opposites possibly. Not that he's not loving, but he could be very Yan, Aries energy, kind of Mars energy, and you're very Venus energy. You've got the hanger. You got Cupid. See, falling in love too. He just fell for you instantly. You're fearless. He likes that. You give him hope. Only time will tell, but they can't wait to be with you. You've got the key. It's a little key. It's like a lockbox key. Here's another hanger. You know, I think this might mean he likes the way you dress. And a bottle of wine. He's really interested in sharing a bottle of wine. And when I say he, it can be she as well. Taste. They want to taste you. And here's a little sun. Maybe they like your smile. They think you're sunny, beautiful. You've got 26 and 30 and 9. And the treble clef, which means music. And palm trees, so like a relaxing, breezy feeling. A breezy feeling. You're like a beautiful summer's day or beach or that tranquil feeling when they're with you, kind of thing. I like this one. Okay, so yeah, I just feel, and there, bicycle is movement, but it's a nice movement. Sometimes it can be a sport, a speeding sport, but this one's with the little hearts, and it's nice moving, and it's a gentle movement. Okay, so I guess that's it for you guys, and I hope you like that. I'm gonna move on to the next. I'm so sorry I missed out on your Scrabble, so better late than never. I'll edit this in anyway. Alright, one fell on the floor, let's see. A fell on the floor. We got T, I, G, E, gates. Another T, A, U, and a U. So if you see somebody's initials, you see your name, somebody's name, or another message, then that is for you to decipher and go with it. And sometimes, I'll just see something right away and be able to tell you what I see. But a lot of times it takes a little bit more, work. So whatever you see, we almost have August. Interesting. Alright, so there you go. That's your little Scrabble message, and I hope you like that. Alright, and here is pile number 2 with the cherry quartz elephant. And I have chosen the entrepreneur for this. That may or may not resonate. Don't worry about that too much. This is what your counterpart loves about you. So first of all, they love your strength. Wow, you're a very strong woman or man. They love your courage, your gentle force. It's kind of like a persuasive energy, a guiding energy. You're loyal and calm, and yeah, they kind of like that fire in your eyes, and yet you're not too forceful. You have a gentleness about you. Then we also have, excuse me, elephant. Maybe I'll put them somewhere else. We've got temperance. Temperance and strength kind of remind me of each other, because strength is like a tempered strength, and temperance is like moderation, and maybe in a way, you calm the beast. You're that kind of person who's soothing, and you know how to control things and balance things and blend things. Blending of energies, balancing of energies, and you're very harmonious. This kind of very equal and equilibrium about you, that sets everything in a sort of balanced state, Strength could be Leos here. Temperance could be Sagittarians. Let's see. And then we've got the Knight of Wands. So, as I said in the first pile, these knights and kings were, flying out, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to do a little something for the masculine out there. So, or whoever, So if you're a male watching this, this is what she likes about you. Or if you're a masculine, this is what she likes about you, or he likes about you. whatever, you take it as you see it. So if you're, cross watcher, mainly that's what I have this for. So the Knight of the Wand says she sees you as bold and adventurous. All right, and so now you count back to your counterpart, sees you as she who guides, very much like the strength and the temperance, a guiding force, a guiding light. This is Maputla. Maputla. This is a new path, a guide, a renewal. So your counterpart sees you as somebody that can help them on their path, him or her on his path. And we have animal guardian, trust your instincts. Maybe they see you as somebody who's good with animals, that you may be a person that uses animals in order as your guides, and it helps with your instincts, it helps with your intuition. A lot of people connect very strongly, let's say, to the crow or raven, the blackbirds, I see that a lot. Sometimes you might be connected to a deer or the stag. The stag in the forest, the king of the forest could be, your spirit animal. So I think they like that about you, that you trust in the animals' guides to help you a lot. Your natural, I feel this is kind of a close connection to the earth kind of thing. Maybe a native kind of person. Maybe you're not Native American, but maybe you have those tendencies to be connected like a native would be connected to the earth. And then we have vulva. This is prophecy, guidance, and direction. So here we go again with guidance, guiding you through with your, I feel like this is a loyal companionship, and your counterpart appreciates and loves so much that you're willing to help them and guide them along this path, that you're putting the work and you're being the good example and you're showing them what they need to do. Let's read about vulva for an extra message. All right, so there are those who can see beyond the present moment, who can see the way the web is woven, and who can connect to its strands and share with others the messages they long to hear. Such a one is the vulva, a witch, a seer, a woman who can see beyond the physical world. When she comes to you, you are being asked to connect to your own roots, symbolized by her staff, and you can connect deeply into the earth and begin to listen to the language of the world and to receive its messages. It is imperative that you honor her and her messages through respectful listening and by making space to act on guidance given. The advice and magical guidance given through this card is feminine in its aspect, yet it is anything but stereotypical. It is strong and wild and fierce. There is a ruthless quality to the truth that will now come to you, but because of its clarity, there will be a great healing. You are also being asked to consider your independence, to no longer give up your freedom simply to have relationships. The vulva is not celibate, but she never allows herself to be possessed by a relationship. This too is your fate for a time. Hear now the voice of the vulva. Take up your staff, strike it into the earth, and listen for the messages to come forth. This writing in this book is just amazing. That's the fairy forecast book, by the way. All right, so let's see what your charms have to say. We've got 1. So it's kind of like a, 1, she's whole on her own kind of thing, or 2 can make 1. Somebody staying to their home, or maybe eventually will make a home together. We've got soccer ball, playing with the ball. I never, and also this kind of has a yin-yang quality about it, the blacks and the whites. And it's 1. That's very much like, everything is a symbol of twin flames to me. But, there's the dark spots and the white spots, and together it's one ball, right? Then we have Mickey Mouse, who is a Scorpio like me. We've got USA, We got color. We got sure. Italy. Inspire. Oh, I forgot to do name on the other one. Oh well, hope they won't hurt and be mad at me. We got believe. We got happy. We've got cupcake. Sweet tooth somebody? Oh, the little, it's kind of like teaching this little robot guy to feel, to have love, to tap into their emotions and get out of their logical mind a little bit. We've got, mermaid, you're very beautiful. You listen to the angels and the guides, and you're very wise. So somebody might be from Kansas. Or there's some kind of Kansas connection coming up. We've got the shoe, so movement, walking. Got Cupid's arrow, so this could be like a love at first sight feeling. Hey, the elephant came out again. Oh, that's nice. So it's like the elephant pile. The elephant is about memories and, having a long memory too. The elephant sometimes can be a little bit painful to have so many memories stored away, But then in another way, it can also be pleasurable, remembering all those good times too. And then you have this kind of leisure girl, another little fairy angel. It seems like very connected to the cherub energy out there too. This you are connected. And there you go. So you're feeling you're a very inspirational kind of person. Your belief system and all of that makes a person feel comfortable. You're sweet, you're independent, and you have a really good connection with spirit. They like that a lot. And maybe they like the colors. You have a beautiful aura. Something in your cheerful or happy. I just see like a beautiful smile, beautiful colors around you, maybe beautiful hair color, and this beautiful glow that you possess. Maybe you have a bit of an Italian heritage, and that comes across in your beautiful skin tone, your olive complexion, or something like that. So that's not for everybody, of course, but some of you out there. When they look at you, maybe they get this kind of mermaid quality, they see mermaid in front of them kind of thing. Alright, well, I guess that's it for pile number 2. I'm going to move along. Okay, and here is pile number 3 with the blue topaz chips bottle. It's my favorite, blue topaz. As you can tell in a lot of my rings, I like those colors. So I chose for this pile the public servant, and let's see what your counterpart loves about you. You might, not resonate with that. That's up to you. Alright, we have the high priestess. Nice. So the high priestess is all about being spiritual and, connected psychically. Maybe so you have this beautiful psychic connection that they really like. You're deep, you're inspiring. So there's maybe you have a sort of a religious quality, but that's that's kind of out of the box. Not so much religion in the practical sense, but sort of in a light worker sense, So maybe that's what they're thinking. Then you have the Hanged Man. So speaking of out of the box, they see you as an out of the box thinker, somebody who pushes the boundaries, who decides that sometimes what they see isn't the truth, and they keep digging deeper and trying to take different points of view to try to figure out the truth of the matter. Maybe they see you as a visionary, and maybe they also see you as the kind of person that would sacrifice yourself for your vision or for some kind of goal for the world or the future. Or I don't know why, but when I was looking at this, I thought of Madame Curie. So she sacrificed herself for for coming up with a cure And so there could be this inventor kind of quality about you. Maybe you like to test things out, you know? So, and you sometimes maybe test them on yourself before you test them on anybody else. But so yeah, you're very intuitive, very spiritual, but also very out of the box kind of thinker. Then we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups made me cough. So all these piles, the kings came out, the kings and the knights. It's like the masculine wanted to be heard, and so this is saying how she sees the masculine. She sees you, if you're watching. She sees you as a loving, emotional being. You know, loving, romantic, sweet, and yeah, just full of love. She really appreciates those loving qualities. Even if you can be over emotional, she can take that. It's like she understands that. So back to the feminine here. She who dreams. We have Isra, escape, dream, and fantasy. So your counterpart is liking the way that you're, like I said, visionary, like you dream, like you come up with some really cool ideas and thoughts. And maybe they also like the way that you can, part of fantasizing is being able to be like a child at heart, or playful, or being able to escape into a fantasy world, that ability to really get into a fantasy world. So, you know, maybe on a small sense that maybe that you're really good at games, like video games and things like that, because you have a great way to, you know, you escape into this world in a fun way, like you can really get into it. Maybe like when you read books, you really visualize the places and that you see described to you in books and that kind of thing. And when you read to others, you help them see these things. So you have a way of expressing your vision that's very dreamy and fantastical. So I think in some parts this would make you a good mom too. Like if you read stories to your children or something, you could help them transport their minds into, you know, visualize this place that you're talking about. This is also good for the healer, the light worker, helping people manifest their realities that they want. So that's very nice. You also have the water guardian. So you also connect with your emotions, and the things that you like about each other are the same in a lot of ways. You both are emotional. Maybe you're both water signs. You have the water tendency. The high priestess. I don't know what the sign for high priestess can be. Kind of any sign, but I know the hangman resonates with Pisces, so maybe Pisces here. And then we have the dreamer. Here we go again with the dream. Visions, trance, apparitions. So, you know, sometimes these dreams can get a little, you know, far and distant. Sometimes you have to be pulled back. Sometimes you have to learn to ground yourself when you're taking these trips of fancy kind of thing. But I think you'll be able to figure that out. So let's read about the dreamer for a little message. You have pure magic with a K flowing through you in the form of visions, dreams, and trance-like moments. You are visually psychic, and all the world is full of messages being relayed to you both through the medium of physical sight and through the eyes of spirit. You may even find you are able to enter trance extremely easily. You adept at reading patterns within nature. You can scry without meaning to. It happens to me all the time. And you look into, and I sense, not to interrupt, this is a beautiful thing, but I sense Aquarians out there. They're good at just kind of staring into space, and for some reason I have that ability too. And I don't know if it's related to being Scorpio or not, or some placement in my chart, but yeah, scrying, just, I'll keep going. So, you may even find you're able to enter trance extremely easily. You adept at reading patterns within nature. You can scry without meaning to, and you look into every face knowing the story it is silently sharing. One glance gives you information about the person or place you are with or within, and your skill is an ancient one, revered throughout the ages. You may find yourself gazing intently at other people's faces and picking up information, being able to read expressions, seeing shapes and patterns and fate within the forms tea leaves take at the bottom of the cup, reading signs in clouds, or simply knowing what will happen before you open your physical eyes, because you can see what is about to happen next. Your eyes at this time are immensely important, so on a mundane level, please be sure to have an eye check and look after your vision. Visually, you are very sensitive, so it may be a time to change your environment, your appearance, or the appearance of where you spend much of your time, so that it better offers you the energy with which you wish to go forward. Trust in your visions. They come from a magical place, and when you become able to read and understand them, you will be the dreamer indeed. Your vision is coming to reality. Keep going. Your dream will become manifest in your life, and very soon. So beautiful. I also, while I was reading it, Spirit was sending me lots of images. Like, you have beautiful eyes, like, so people like to look at your eyes. Your counterpart loves to look at your beautiful eyes. Also, I got the sense that maybe you have a vision board, or if you don't have a vision board, you might like to make a vision board, and that's an exercise that you can do to help you visualize what you want to come into your world. But you're just a plain good visualizer, and so keep tapping into that energy. Okay, let's see what your charts have to say. Okay, so we got why. Sometimes you have to ask the question why you're doing certain things that you're doing. Is it still working for you, or just maybe it's time to readdress? Like the book said, it could be a time for a move or a change of scenery. You get the ducky, so the ducky's about sex and connections in that way. So maybe your counterpart likes that you're a dreamer, and maybe they like you're not just a dreamer about, the world being a beautiful place. You might have some really interesting fantasies too. There's the chandelier, so maybe some dancing under a chandelier coming up. Look, there you go. There's the eye. That is so funny that came out. And you got the top hat and the candlestick. So a date with the top hat, the candlestick, and the chandelier. It looks like a date's coming up. A possible trip, maybe some French connection here. You have the blue marble, which represents Venus and love. And you have, the little fairy that's sprinkling fairy dust everywhere. And there's a lot of hope here. Very nice. 25 and 16. It's a very calm, gentle energy. I think one of the things your counterpart definitely likes about you is these fantasies sometimes that you dream up, and they really want to explore that with you too. And there's hope here. There's hope for a future date where you get to explore those things. Okay, well, I'm going to move on to the next now. And here we have pile number 4 with the little sage guy, wise man. He came on my bonsai tree that's outside now trying to get some rain and sun, but I don't know, it's not going well for my bonsai tree. Anyway, let's see what your deck is all about. So I chose the entertainer for this. You may or may not resonate with that. That's completely up to you. Let's see what we have here. We have the 2 of coins. So that's funny. 2 of coins represents the entertainer. So it's like the entertainer is attracted to the entertainer here. And so I think your person, your counterpart, admires you being able to multitask, do multiple things well. Like, you just do everything really good. I think they think you have a funny sense of humor, that you're entertaining, kind of charming. Just, just a fun way of juggling life and the things that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. You don't get down about things. You have a good attitude about life. You know, you are the person that if life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. You're the kind of person somebody says, hey, can you do this for me? And you're like, okay, sure, and you add it to your list of things to do. And you do it cheerfully without complaint. And sometimes you can, it can get a little overwhelming, but this represents the part of you that doesn't get overwhelmed, that you're able to do it and not get, not complain about it, do it cheerfully. And then we have the beautiful sun. So, I mean, look how gorgeous she is. I think one thing that your counterpart does love about you is how beautiful you are. You glow like the sun. You're the most beautiful woman or man that they've ever seen. You just have a unique, sunny disposition that just doesn't ever seem to be dull at all, no matter what life throws your way. They love that about you. They love your beautiful smile and your sparkling eyes. They love the way you float around like a fairy, and like the light hits you perfectly all the time wherever you go. It's kind of like the light will hit your skin and just make your skin look super soft and beautiful. The light will hit your eyes and make your eyes glow amazingly. The light will hit your teeth and reflect, and your naturally beautiful smile will look even twice as beautiful. So you have a way of catching the light, and maybe you take good pictures. You're very photogenic because your skin and your complexion and your eyes and your smile, and your hair too, the way your hair reflects the light, all for some reason, and not everybody has this ability, but reflects so well that you take really beautiful selfies or all kinds of photography. And maybe you're a photographer, so there's a lot going on here. Yeah, but in a general, bright, cheerful, sunny disposition with a beautiful smile. All right, so the kings and the knights were coming out. So your king, so it could be your king, or you could be the counterpart could be watching right now. So if you're cross watcher, this is what they're thinking. So she sees you, Mr. Counterpart, as confident and strong. So this sunny disposition girl is seeing their counterpart as, and it doesn't, male or female, doesn't matter, masculine, feminine, just put yourself where you see yourself. But in a general sense, if you're mostly my female viewers out there, and this is talking about you, and then so, female viewers, this is how you see your person, okay? If you're watching and you are the person, then this is how she sees you. Alright, so yeah, confident and strong and sexy. And you got those powerful eyes too. Or your masculine has powerful eyes. Powerfully intense eyes. Your counterpart. So back to you, she who radiates. Geneva, knowing, ambition, and confidence. So your counterpart thinks of you as somebody who's just glows, that you're not just a silly clown, although you can be, but that you're also very confident and smart, ambitious, and you move forward with confidence. You don't feel embarrassed or shy about your feelings or your thoughts. You just do your thing. Like, well, if they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. But this is who I am, kind of thing. So it's a nice confidence. You're also very magical as well. Like a lot of these piles, one of the kind of resonating things that go through all of these is that there's a sense of magic in this feminine, So your counterparts are thinking in a collective that you guys are very magical, mystical, witchy, or spiritual, so those are some underlying qualities that a lot of these people, a lot of you of my sparkles of light out there have in common. Anyway, so the magic guardian is about unlock the magic within. So you two also have this magic ability. You have a seeing quality. They like the way you do rituals. They like I think they like your altar. They like your stones. They like sometimes maybe if you do a tattoo, but it's a spiritually related drawing kind of thing. It's not just willy-nilly. Whatever you do has a lot of intent to it and a ritual to it. You burn candles or whatever incense or whatever it is, but all these little things that you do maybe on a daily basis for centering, for intention, for visualizing, for creating and attracting what you want into your world. I think they admire that a lot. You also, just like the sun, you have this glow around you. You have a light. You're lit. You're almost lit by gold. Like you have a gold glow. So you might have a gold aura. And maybe you're such a beautiful light worker that they can even see your angel wings. They see you as an angelic, beautiful, angelic person. All right, and then we have She Who Laughs. This is humor, respect, perspective, and mirth. So through all of this, you're not, you have a really beautiful ego too. Like you're not too um with all these gifts that you have, you're not a big show off, although you like to goof off and be silly and playful and entertain sometimes. It's not about showing off. You're very humble, and you're not arrogant at all. You just have a nice down to earth quality about you, and you find the humor in things, and you can even laugh at yourself. You sometimes maybe a little bit self depreciating, but in a way that's okay, because it's like it's kind of like expressing that you're not any better than anybody else, and then you have this kind of quality. So I'm going to read about She Who Laughs, because oh my gosh, these are so beautiful, from the Fairy Forest book by Lucy Cavendish, worded so beautifully. And let me tell you what She Who Laughs is about. There is, and this is a little message for you, okay? There is within your life now a great heaviness and earnestness and a sense of great gravity to nearly every situation unfolding. Yes, this is of great importance, and yes, there are consequences to consider. But this card has come to you because She Who Laughs wishes for you to receive the healing power of laughter, the power that lifts the darkness and releases energy that is stagnant, cold, and heavy from your energy field, indeed from our limbs and cells and hearts. For you, this laughter is as necessary as surgery at this moment, as it will shake loose the cords strapping you tightly to burdens you no longer need to carry. I'm getting a really strong sense that the counterpart is watching right now, and this could be a message for the counterpart, because his woman here is the cure in his life. She is the happy, and she is the humor that will help his path along his path. So take it that way too. Like if you are the feminine, realize your ability to laugh and to find humor in things is really going to help your counterpart quite a bit here. So let the light break through and laugh, as without laughter there can be no perspective. Without laughter there can be no movement forward. Without laughter there can be a sense of deep, abiding resentment. Lift this. Let She Who Laughs begin to help you seek out moments, people, and situations that stir the sense of the ridiculousness within you, and let the healing and the release of laughter roll through you and lift away the pain at the center of your being. It is time its time is passing. It will melt away with tears of laughter that fall and cleanse and free you from the past. For now the sun breaks through and your eyes shine once again with mirth and joy. Welcome back to the world of delight, friend. It is time. So, guys, I know this world today is nothing to laugh about. The coronavirus, and even if you're not watching during a period of the coronavirus, there's always something out there that's not funny, right? There's always something out there that is not it's something that to laugh about. But sometimes the only way we can get through these things is to try to find the humor in things, even if it has to be dark humor, or even if it has to be inappropriate once in a while, because holding on to the ugliness of it can weigh us down. The sadness and the ugliness can weigh us down, especially if we're empaths and magical people. So it's fine, if you feel a little guilty about laughing at things, at random things, don't do that. Don't worry about that. It's part of your mechanism. It's part of what you need to do. So keep doing that. Okay, let's see what your charms have to say. All right, we got Mickey Mouse again. Mickey Mouse, there's a lot of funny movies in Mickey Mouse Disney makes. Mickey Mouse, by the way, is Scorpio. And he's a good example that he's entertained, Disney, but the Mickey Mouse himself is entertaining. And despite the fact that he can be an intense Scorpio, or was born under the sign of Scorpio, just think of all the wonderful things that's come out of Disney. So we have hope and love and sure and good. See, Mr. Spock, I feel like the counterpart here is kind of a little bit serious and logical. He needs your laughter. He needs to lighten up and loosen up a little bit. Motorhead, maybe he's like a tough dude and he needs that sweet, fun-loving nature of yours. We've got the weights, working out. We've got we've got fairy, Tinkerbell, fairy dust. All you need is faith, trust, and pixie dust. Ooh, you've got the beast rose. You've got Leo here, the lion. You got scissors cutting something out, so something does need to be cut, it seems. We've got USA and good. And this little strange-looking giraffe. See, it's like this, hey, we can just joke about how weird this little charm is. I'm pretty sure the person who made this won't notice because, I don't know, maybe they will. But anyway, sometimes we can just joke about little things that aren't important to help us laugh. The mask here, sorry, I got a cough, hold on. Makes me think of, the entertainer, the actors here. So maybe both of you have that quality, the acting quality, the entertainer quality. The mask is about, I sometimes put on the mask. Everybody talks about how much they need to take off the mask and show the real you. Well, maybe the real you is pretty bright and obvious, Maybe once in a while it's okay to put on the mask and clown around and joke and tease and put on a different face to lighten the mood kind of thing. So I think that's not such a bad thing. And then, so that makes me think of the actor sometimes, the masquerade, dressing up, I love dressing up, and you don't have to just dress up for Halloween. You can figure out any kind of occasion to dress up. Even if you're quarantined, whoever's quarantined with you within your household, you can make a dress up kind of night or something, and then film yourself and then show your counterpart or something like that. Whatever it takes, but figure out, there's some ways that you can use laughter as a healing situation here. So I hope you like that, and I'm going to move on to the next. And pile number 5 is this cute little polar bear. My mom gave this to me, I think, for Christmas one year. I'm not, never really put anything in here, but it's really heavy too, so it doesn't fall over. I like it. All right, and so I chose for pile number 5, the builder. That may or may not resonate. It's not that important. Like, if it doesn't, you can go with another pile if you want to, but you can also just in your mind think, okay, well, my person is such and such, okay? My counterpart. Let's see what your counterpart, how they feel about you, what they think is so great about you. What's so great about you? So here we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, well, first of all, is very beautiful, like placid, you know. You're meditative and mellow and serene. I think they see you as like somebody that really, really gets a lot of sleep and that you really know how to meditate. Like, you know how to meditate when nothing bothers you, you know, like very mellow, very placid, spiritually connected. Let's see what else. So, yeah, and the Hermit is kind of like similar, shy and peaceful. Could be a Virgo out there. Somebody who's quiet and smart. Maybe you're a little bit antisocial sometimes, and that's not anything they dislike about you. They actually think that's pretty cool that you're not one of those crazy loud people that parties all the time and that's all they care about is groups and parties and stuff. They what they like about you is that you know how to be alone and you're okay with it, you know? And that helps them too because sometimes they need their space, and so they appreciate that that you don't cling to them, that you always don't need to be by their side like every second of the day, you know, kind of thing. That you can just do your things that you like to do, that you're spiritual, you know, that you're wise and soulful, and you have like a humanity, like a really strong connection with humanity and a love for humanity, despite the fact that you enjoy being alone. You connect really well with people. It's just in your own very spiritual, private way, you know. Okay, and then we have so we also have a message from the counterpart, and this is what she likes about the counterpart. So if you're watching Counterpart, this is what she likes about you. She sees you as generous and stable and a good provider. That's what she sees. If that's you watching, if not, interchange the masculine and the feminine, the male and female, wherever you see yourself in the reading. But in general, the other cards are all about you. So, she who whispers, Consia, secrets, confessions, and confidant. What your counterpart likes about you so much is that you can keep secrets, that you don't run about gossiping and blabbing, and that's another thing. It's like I see, those I think he's trying to say that, or she's trying to say that, there's those girls that are out there that are very gossipy. They like to get in groups. They like to spread rumors. They like to be silly. They like to drink and be, but you're not like that. You keep to yourself. You're kind of shy, quiet. You're good at keeping confidences between people. You don't gossip. You have a respect for people's privacy. You have a respect for things that shouldn't be just talked about, that shouldn't be said out loud. You have a respect for these things. You have a decorum. You have this ability to just I feel like a regalness in a sense, but not a haughtiness. You're not stuck up. You're just, some girls might think that other girls might think that you are, because of the way you distance yourself. But that's not you at all. It's not because you don't distance yourself because you're conceited. You distance yourself because you don't want to be sucked into that kind of stuff, that gossipy thing. You don't want to be sucked into talking about people. It's not your thing. You have much more more interesting things to do with your time, like you're meditating and you're visualizing healing the world and things like that. So your counterpart just appreciates being able to tell you anything and knowing it's just going to only go between the two of you. And then we have the air guardian. So shift your perspective. With the air guardian, you have it's just this kind of light, beautiful energy quality about you. Maybe they like they like your hair, the way it blows in the wind. You maybe have long hair. Maybe they like your spirit, your embellishments, the spiritual things that you wear that connect you with your beliefs and the way you meditate. So if you meditate, maybe you feel like it's important to have certain items around you, or when you maybe you belly dance. I belly dance, so maybe it's important for you to have things that make noise or whatever. So you can get in touch. Like I see and hear those ringing bowls and things like that. So I see a lot of this, that you use the air to to connect with sound, and this is part of your grounding quality, your peace, and the way that you center yourself. And then finally we have Isa, stillness, pause, and delicacy. So maybe your counterpart sees you as delicate. It doesn't matter what size you are, what complexion you are. There's sort of a crystal quality about you, like a delicate sparkle, like a diamond, something just very fragile and beautiful and rare. Although you're not fragile, they know that you're strong and sturdy. There's just a sweet, delicate, fragile thing about you, maybe a very fairy thing about you. I'm going to read from the Fairy Forest book, because Lucy Cavendish has just written some really beautiful things, and here's a message for you, Isa, for my pile number 5. Isa is stillness, pause, delicacy. Winter has descended upon Fairy Forest. You have ceased struggling and fighting to change what is outside of yourself. Because you have relinquished the battle, you have won the war within yourself. You are now suspending activity and being in the moment. Through this stillness and inner consciousness, you are beginning to understand so much of where you've been and where you will go. And because you are fully in the present and allowing, you can also come to a deeper, more peaceful understanding of what it is you want, value, and desire. You're a person that really is, that's an important thing, that you really ground yourself in the present, which is very beautiful. This is a moment of complete stillness and simply being. A long moment where you are completely present. You are as still as a chrysalis, hanging seemingly static from a branch, fragile and mysterious. Like the chrysalis, you will do nothing at all except become yourself. Your transformation is being worked invisibly on the inside, and when the time is right, you will share it with the world. In a situation where you seem to have no control, no power, you are learning the most valuable form of power there is, self-mastery. You pause with dignity and strength, and simply by doing this, you create the right conditions for the right change. This time will ultimately bring great peace, wisdom, and choices that enrich your life, others' lives, and the healing of the world. Isn't that nice? Because that's what you want to do so badly, heal the world. So it's coming to you. all your wishes for making the planet a better place is coming true, because it's what you desire. It's very kind and giving of you for doing that. A lot of you might be connected to the season of winter, even though we're not in a winter right now. You might resonate very strongly with that season. Let's see what your charms have to say. And some of you watching this could be in the season of winter, so I don't mean to be biased about that. So the marble here is the blue marble, and I have given that to planet Venus. We have cool. Perfect. Cool. Go, go, go. Yeah, I think this is kind of the opposite of what you are. Go, go, go. You're not like these go, go, go girls. That's okay to be like that sometimes, but what they admire is that you're not like the go, 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 go girls. You're peaceful, like a beautiful rainbow. Your chakras are aligned. You're very balanced. You have a fire and a passion inside you, but you don't show it off like a go, go, go girl. Ooh, some money's coming towards you. We've got Sven, and that's funny because he, reindeer is kind of connected with winter season. Maybe a French connection here because of the Eiffel Tower. Very beautiful. Sure, you're very sure, like very sure of yourself. You're also very sunny, like you glow too, very much like the last pile. You glow like the sun, even if you're as calm and still as a beautiful snowflake. you got the snowman though, so definitely a winter feeling here, a cool or cold. Not a cold person. You're definitely not cold. That's why the sun came out. You're not a cold person. You're a warm person. You just have a cool exterior. Cornucopia and abundance. I feel like, so the Hermit can be Virgo, but I definitely feel like maybe even Taurus energy or somebody that's really good with money, so. Oh, that's funny. This one says France on it. The other Eiffel Tower doesn't, but maybe you do. Maybe France is important to you here. And look, you have the faith, trust, and pixie dust charm. All it takes is faith, trust, and pixie dust. You're very good with your law of attraction meditation. Faith is, believing. Trust is letting go and letting the universe. And pixie dust is that special magic. And look, you got the candy cane that goes with it. The candy cane just makes me think like, sugar plum fairy. You're the sugar plum fairy. I think, has kind of a Christmas quality. I definitely see maybe somebody born in December, like my sister, December 25th. I see that kind of quality. Also, maybe you're, just so you don't feel bad about this whole cool still stuff. You are sweet, and your counterpart sees you as sweet. They don't see you as, as a cold person. They see you as a sweet person. They see you as sunny. But they also see the beauty and the mystical quality of snow and crystals and this sparkly thing, kind of like the diamonds, they have that quality. That's what they see too. So, and also like cool can also mean like you're cool, like they can count on you. They can tell you anything. They don't feel like they have to worry about telling, keeping that you would keep their secrets or whatever else. Like they can tell you anything. You don't judge them. You're cool, like totally cool. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next. Alrighty, last but not least, we have this Nito amethyst pyramid with the all-seeing eye on it. I keep that as a nice energy on my altar. And so for this pile, I chose the healer. It doesn't necessarily mean that your counterpart's the healer. You can either go with another pile if you want to, or you can listen to this and know that your counterpart, whoever they are, feels this way about you. So let's see what your counterpart is thinking. Well, they see you in this 9 of coins energy. Look how beautiful she is. Just there's a beautiful earthy quality, and she's very pretty and natural looking. This is about, you being content as you are, who you are, and your surrounding. You're beautiful and glowing. Maybe this indicates that you're maybe a single girl and you're independent and self-sufficient, and they just kind of like really amazed at how well you handle yourself all by yourself, kind of thing. Let's see. I also have the Fool. The Fool is very cool. I resonate a lot with the Fool because the Fool is kind of has this sort of learner's permit quality about them. Like they're adventurous and they want to try things, and they're like, "What's this?" And I want to figure this out, and I want to learn about this, And even if they could be the wisest of souls, they always have this attitude like there's more to know, more to learn. So sometimes they could be a little naive, but in a charming way, I guess. Their their naivete can be a little bit charming. They're brave. They have kind of like that child view. So the naivete could just be like a childlike quality, not necessarily childish, but the childlike quality about them, the adventurousness, the bright eyes, the excitement they give from day-to-day living, that life is an adventure, everything is interesting. It just makes me think of Jack Skellington. What's this, when he saw the Christmas stuff? That's how it feels for them. They're kind of trusting souls, and they take, maybe they take risks. Sometimes the risks are good. Sometimes you can't learn unless you take risks, and sometimes they take risks and they fall on their faces, but they get back up. So yeah, they have a fresh outlook. Maybe they're snappy dressers too. Like, they like unusual stuff. This girl's a bit of a steampunk kind of girl, so that could be a style. But whatever your style is, your counterpart is digging your look. And I think you might change your look a lot, and they like that too. Maybe you change your hair color a lot too. All right, and so speaking of counterpart, so if counterpart's watching, or not, but this is the counterpart. This is you, how you feel about your counterpart. So you think your counterpart, she sees you as a man with a Midas touch. So the King of Coins here he's the kind of guy that no matter what he does, he always does it with style, and he can turn anything to gold. Like, he can have an idea and go with it, and then create something beautiful and amazing. So as a healer, maybe he's like a Reiki healer. It's like he can touch things and heal it just by touch. Maybe whatever he does, he knows how to make money, a lot like the entrepreneur. Like, just if he puts his mind to it, he can make money. So she sees her counterpart as this, and counterpart sees you this way. Just like the Fool, she who begins like primavera, launch, actualize, potential. You had two come out, and also she who yearns, somebody who's yearning, longing, or pining for, Desiree. So your counterpart is seeing you as somebody who is fresh, who's able to start fresh over and over again, like reinvent herself. It's very kind of almost a little bit Scorpio, like or like the death card, being able to reinvent. It's funny how spring can be symbol of the death card, but so can winter. So it's like the changing of the seasons is always kind of like a new birth. So the way you can sort of reinvent yourself, the way that you can get new ideas going, the way that you visualize things, and the way that keep your counterpart focused in your mind, because the way you're trying to constantly track them in to your world and to your hemisphere, and that you don't let go of this vision and this potential that the two of you can have. So your counterpart's very blessed because they realize that that you might be in 5D a lot, or that there could be some not miscommunication, lack of communication a lot, and that you keep holding on to this and not letting it go, and constantly refreshing, by your attitude, by your, good positive look on it and actualization. Then that's what keeps you going. You've got the protection guardian, drop your shields. So this is kind of saying that he likes that you let your guard down, that you open up, you let them see the real you, that even if you do have fun dressing up and stuff, you're still very authentic to who you are. You're an authentic person, no matter what color you sport most of the time. I like this. These is also the wings too. This is kind of like your aura. You have like a multi-layered aura, many colors here, like a peacock. And there's also the peacocking is also kind of like being proud too, but not proud so much that you're arrogant. Proud that you just shine with this beautiful rainbow of an aura, and they see that in you. They see that you have every color on you, like the color of your hair, the color of your eyes, whatever makeup you use or whatever is always so beautiful, and the color of your nails, the color of your jewels, they just see you as multicolored. Maybe they also see you as an artist, because I see I see so many colors here and I see your true colors. Your true colors, that song is hitting my head now. Your true colors are shining through. So I think that's how they see you. They love your true colors, everything about you. That you just all those different layers and all the colors and the spring that comes over and over again. Yeah. And then we have Arwen, a gift, divine inspiration, and awakening. So maybe they see you as like a beautiful gift in their life, somebody who's completely in touch with the divine. And the spring is like awakening. It's like waking up over and over again. Maybe you awaken them, like awaken their spirit. So I'm going to read to you from The Fairy Forecast by Lucy Cavendish, because it's a really beautiful book, and there's a special message for you. So our Awen is gift, divine inspiration, and awakening. Awen translates to divine inspiration or flowing breath. It is a mystical force that offers us a moment where there is a sudden surge in newfound knowledge, inspired thought, and the ability to awaken our dormant talents, and a sense that before we were given the gift of Awen, we were like sleepwalkers. Awen is a moment where life is forever changed, and once we drink of Awen, or feel it as a beam of divine light entering us and changing us, we can never return to who we were, and the world is never the same again. So when the card comes to you, you must know now that having experienced what has taken place, you cannot pretend life can ever be the same. You have lifted the veil, and you have seen the face of the divine. You have drunk the elixir of the gods, and the fairies have offered you their greatest gift. Awen does not stay, but the knowledge of what we have experienced in that moment changes us forever. So now that you have had this life-changing experience and been given this incredible moment of inspiration, you can either pretend to yourself that life is without magic, or you can continue to embrace the magic and enchantment of every moment. Now, if you choose, you can become more fully alive. And while this is no easy path, it is one that is full of deep, joyful moments, true connections, and poetic, blindingly beautiful experiences. Awen will come from time to time, and you are so blessed for having had this moment, this most sublime and life-changing of all mystical experiences. And yeah, the artwork she's Snow White. That's funny. So that's your message, and even if it may not be temporary, but there is a moment where you feel so awake and so alive, so wonderful, that, the healer had that moment with you, and it could carry you on forever on this journey until you finally meet, or not, but you have this really beautiful connection. So let's see what your charms have to say. Lots of them. So we got the why do I always go with the duck first? But a nice sexual connection here. Let's see. We also have names, so don't let me forget. I got to do Scrabble for you. You have, hug, idea, star, idea again, Germany, play, name, top hat, going out. Your divine sees you as this beautiful mermaid, deep understanding. They see you as Anna. So I got it confused the last time, but Anna's actually the one that is 3D. Like, I feel like Elsa's more the 5D connection with spirit, and Anna has a little bit more earthy connection. So he's really wants to get into an earth connection with you. Look at all these words, though. He wants to kiss the girl. There's this Buddha spirituality about you. Not all who wander are lost. I think he likes your desire for, maybe you have wanderlust. Maybe you like to explore, and he wants to explore with you, kind of like a whole new world thing. You got inspired. Maybe you inspire him. He wants to go on a little vacation with you. The bunny again, so really wants to make babies with you, drink some wine with you, thinks that you're tall and beautiful. Love. Oh, taking a trip, flying and galloping and movement, and the Cinderella. This is all about transformation, very much like the Scorpio transformation. So some kind of transformation is coming up here. You have Saxon, maybe he's a big burly Viking type. You have a little bit of pixie dust here. And the yin-yang twin flame situation. Let's see what your Scrabble has to say. I'm running out of time. Okay, let's flip it up. Alright, you got S, U, R, I, another I, an O, Suri, Stu, maybe some initials. I thought it was about to say sure. He got a lot of sure. I know you don't have very many shores on this side, but he wants to have and hold you. He wants to hug you and kiss you, and he just wants to make this your counterpart. He or she wants to make this into, but you inspire them. You inspire them spiritually and physically and emotionally, all of it, okay? So I hope you like that, you guys. Love you. I'll see you next time. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. Hey everyone, it's Cherry Enchantress. I am so excited to tell you that now you have the option to become a member of my channel. So you just hit that join button that's right next to the subscription button. So it's very similar to Patreon, and I really appreciate those of you who have generously been supporting my Patreon page. That allows me to continue working on art projects, and I'll keep posting there constantly, but I'm going to move those tiers over to YouTube so we can have more access and more interaction with each other. So just check out these awesome levels and perks by joining my channel and becoming a member. I'm so excited. Take a look.
Become a Sparkle of Light for just $1.99 a month and get loyalty badges and emojis. Each level has great perks like super low-cost monthly readings. Check out these cute emojis. And loyalty badges. Just press the join button next to the subscribe button. Welcome, Sparkle of Light, and remember, all you need is faith, trust, and pixie dust.